In the next couple of weeks, we'll find out exactly where the altcoin market wants to go. So I would be patient here before I make any subtle moves, unless, in my opinion, it's an emergency or you got some real IRL responsibilities to handle. Then, of course, make the best decision here, practice good risk management. So I want to make that clear to anybody and whatever they're going through. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about Jasmy, right? And full disclosure, I think what happens with Jasmy will be depicted upon what happens, from a grand scheme of things of the entire altcoin market, and specifically even Bitcoin, right? We got to see if Bitcoin is going to be able to take the market with it, right? I will say this, right? Hopium here. A lot of these indicators are starting to curl up. We just opened up our new week, and you can see it's already starting to put in the green candle. But we won't know really anything until the coming week. Monday will really set the tone for a lot of these altcoins. Jasmy has broken key support here. I actually want to grab a Fibonacci retracement here and actually put it here and show you guys exactly where we're at. So you can see that we're looking to test our support here at the 786, which is about 1 penny, 1.2. And I know a lot of people have been asking for these Jasmy prices, right? If you had an opportunity to get into Jasmy when it was around the 203 level, anybody that thought about this, right? And really looks at Jasmy as a long-term play. These are good prices. These are good prices. The problem is that many people are asking themselves, am I taking a risk here buying a fallen knife? Which is a valid argument. Because when you look across the board, whether it's the stock market, whether it's crypto, whether it's anything risk on, right? The market doesn't like volatility. Let me rephrase that. The market doesn't like uncertainty, which causes volatility. So it's going to be hard for Jasmy to go up in an environment where Ethereum is struggling and altcoins are struggling and Bitcoin is struggling. But let's say everything is going well, right? You start to see altcoins bounce. You start to see ETH bounce. You start to see Bitcoin bounce, right? We've already started to open this week here with people deciding to buy the dip, right? This is the tether dominance here, and you can already start to see that red candle starting to come down just a little bit with the ultimate RSI looking to curl down as well, just a little bit. So people are buying the dip at the bottom of this range, right? Assuming that this is a local bottom. So you are seeing a little bit of injection of liquidity from the stablecoin market. So you can see how it's inverted, and you see this small little green candle here for Jasmy, right? The problem is Jasmy is now under the 25-day EMA, coming off a bearish 9-day to 25-day cross. The money noodle has also turned bearish, and it's also printed a few confirmation candles under the 25-day moving average, which is a tough spot for Jasmy. Tough spot for any altcoin. The hopium here is that we can hold this support at the 786. Jasmy is severely oversold. If you look at the stock RSI, I wouldn't quite call this a bullish cross, but it's it's in that area where the RSI is dead, right? And frankly, Jasmy has never been in this area where the RSI is just dead. So I would count that as more uncertainty. Hell, I'm not even telling you to buy the dip here. I'm telling you just what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing and what the chart is telling me. The chart is telling me that we're oversold, but also no sign of reversal because it's just dead, right? You can see the difference between the RSI here, right? I personally like to use the ultimate RSI. It's a little bit more efficient on these longer charts. And I told you guys, I'm waiting for confirmation on Jasmy. The little Jasmy I did buy here, right? It's now in the red. So I would have to additionally add to my bag so I'm not bringing my average up too high from the 203 area. The ultimate RSI has kind of bottomed out. So Jasmy is working to find a floor, but it has not quite found a floor. So what we need to happen this week is we need positive inflation data to come out. We need altcoins to show a bounce or some type of recovery. We need Bitcoin to show a bounce in some type of recovery. I don't quite know what the catalyst will be this week, right? Because there's always something. But I would be an idiot if I came up here and just told you guys that this is just bullish, right? Ape in, right? No, right? This is bearish. This is a bearish, trend here. And it broke a key neckline here, which invalidates a higher low. So this also validates a bearish trend. And when you incorporate the moving averages and everything that's going on, technically Jasmy is bearish. The problem here is that if you ask any investor, any experienced investor, right, they always say buy the greed, buy the fear, right? If you have conviction, buy the fear, buy the greed. This is where you buy these things cheap, right? So there's a conflict of interest, and you have to ask yourself, right, based off your situation, right? Do you have a consistent income? Is your income consistent enough and strong enough here right now that you can buy cryptocurrency dips even if we enter a recessionary environment? Because it is a good chance that Trump maybe pushes us into a recessionary environment to get what he wants. And that's rate cuts and potentially QE. So the issue here is not per se buying a dip, chat. The issue here is not getting eliminated. And I said this in my latest video. So anybody that's looking at Jasmy, right, you ask yourself, right, where are you at personally? Do I have consistent income over time? Meaning that I consistently DCA over time and it won't hurt my bottom line, my IRL bottom line, my in real life bottom line. If so, I think a lot of people who do look at these opportunities, in 6 to 12 months, they're going to be happy they took advantage of these opportunities. If you do not, you're taking a risk and you're putting a little bit more of that responsibility of pressure on yourself to consistently look at your portfolio every night, all night, not sleep, because you're putting in money in crypto that you just don't have. So the moral of this video is not per se what I'm seeing on the charts for Jasmy. It's more risk management. If you are in a position where you can comfortably DCA for the next 1 to 3 months, if we hit a recessionary environment, I believe truly in the bottom of my heart, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. I've done multiple videos when I gave you guys my Q4 guides, and I was looking at those videos, and most of my models said that we top out in Q4 2025. So when you look at the total 3 chart and you see what happened actually here in 2021, right? This dip here, in the midst of this dip here in 2021, ETH went, I believe, from 4,000. Actually, let's actually turn this on. ETH went from 4,000 there we go. This is Ethereum here. And this is the market cap. That's not what I was looking at. ETH. Ethereum USD. All right, here we go. ETH went from 4,300 to about 1,800 in this dip here, right? This was 2021. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but the sentiment was very similar outside of the bad news that we've gotten. And the reason I'm showing you the ETH chart is because at the end of the day, Jasmy is an ERC20 token. So Jasmy is going to continue to slowly bleed out unless we see some type of moves from Ethereum, right? When Ethereum started raging back up, what was this, November? You can see in November when ETH started going back up, Jasmy was really moving, right? We go here to February and June 2024. February, you can see ETH was going up. So when ETH is going up, Jasmy is going up. So if we go back here to 2021, this bull run, you can see ETH had a major correction right around the same time, right? This is April, guys. ETH ran up into April, had a major correction into May, selling May and go away, and went from 4,600 all the way down to 1,800, 1,700. That was the wick candle. And then we had a bullish Q4. Are you willing to take that bet, buying now and believing that ETH runs the same playbook? Maybe it's not the same, but runs the same playbook, and we have a bullish Q4. That's the risk you're willing to take. You're taking here, right? In my opinion, because it's either bear market starts and Jasmy bleeds out back to the lows, or we put in a V-shaped recovery and we start to go back up heading into Q4. Those are the options there. So Jasmy's market is predicated upon what happens with ETH and what happens with Bitcoin. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. That's what it is. That's what I'm paying attention to. Final boss here, of course, is the Fed. So, guys, let me know what you think about Jasmy. What's your Jasmy strategy? If I had to look at this chart, and I truly believe that Q4 was going to be bullish, then this is a great opportunity. If I believe that this is the end, this is over with, then it's over with, right? And I wouldn't be taking that risk here, knowing my situation, if I truly believe I'm going to catch a falling knife and we're headed into a bear market. So your perception is your reality. I know a lot of people bought at 6 cents, but there's also a lot of people that bought in at 203 because I see the comments. And I see in the sentiment is actually the worst it's been for a while, if you even just look at the Jasmy comments. So I just want to put that into perspective, guys, that we had something similar in 2021 where Ethereum went from 4,600 to 1,700. And then it ran back up to 4,000. Ran back up to 4,000. Actually, an all-time high, almost $5,000. So just put that into perspective. And I'll see y'all for some videos on Monday. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you the next one.